Today we're going to take a look at the Aguei portable power supply. Inside the box is your portable power station, your power adapter, your car charging cable, an Anderson MC4 cable for charging your solar panel, and the user manual and warranty card. Let's take a closer look at the Aguei. It's nice and compact and light. It weighs in at close to 8.4 pounds. It feels a little bit lighter than that. I'm not sure if it's the springy handle, but it's just nice and compact. It's going to be about a little over 11 inches long, about 4 3/4 inches wide, and counting the handle, about 8 inches high. Now the main reason to get this is there's a built-in inverter which is going to power these two AC ports right here. Now there's also a built-in flashlight which you can power on with this button right here, and then to dim it, and then to flash SOS in Morse code, or just a standard strobe. In addition to the AC ports, there's all these other ports where you can plug in devices as well. So on this side here we have a Type-C PD 45 watt, which that can be used for many laptops like a MacBook Pro or a Chromebook. Then you have your USB Q Quick Charge 3.0, then a standard USB 1 and 2. And to power those on, you'll press right here, and they'll turn on your display. And the display shows how much battery charge is remaining. So right now we see we're at 80%, and it's showing the DC out is on. We'll talk about these ports more in a second. On this side here, there's our ports for recharging the unit. So we have an input here, and that input can be used with our wall charger, this connection right here, or our car port, cigarette port charger, that would plug in there as well. Now they also include an Anderson MC4 cable that will work with a solar panel. This does not come with a solar panel, but you can recharge with a solar panel via that connection, or if you have a solar panel that works off this connection, that'll work as well. Okay, so back to this side, it has these 4 DC 12-volt outputs, and this is going to be a barrel plug. I believe it's a 5.5 millimeter by 2.1 millimeter. So I'm not sure what type of devices you can plug into these ports. So if anyone knows what type of devices would plug directly into here, let me know in the comments. Most 12-volt devices I'm aware of have this kind of connector and would require this type of car port connection. Since the Aguei doesn't have that type of connection, you could probably build a male-to-male cable to plug from here into your device. Now I also have a jump starter that's a portable power bank as well, and it has this 12-volt output that you can plug in this adapter. And so that's their solution, so you can then plug in 12-volt devices. And I've checked, and this adapter is also compatible with the Aguei. So you could add a connector like this, or there's also cigarette port adapters that will plug into the USB. So that's something that would work as well. All right, enough on the 12 volts. Most people don't need that, so let's move on. Getting back to the AC outlets, these AC outlets are rated at 400 watts, so that means you can run items up to 400 watts. If you try and run something bigger than that, it's not going to work. And it's also rated for 380 watt hours. So what that means is, let's say you ran a 100 watt item on here, theoretically that would run for 3.8 hours. So usually there's some efficiency losses, so that's one thing we're going to do a test. We'll also test to see what type of items that can run on here. Here's some items that work pretty good. My laptop is the perfect item for the Aguei. It comes with this AC power brick. So to activate the AC outs on the Aguei, you'll hold down this button here. Sure if you could hear that, but the fan kicks on for a second. And now the AC outlets are activated. I can plug in the power brick, and we'll see over here that it's charging. Okay, now we're going to step this up and try a blender on the Aguei. This is an item that might be a little sketchy because it's higher wattage. It's on the list of items that could be problematic. So my goal is to keep trying heavier wattage items until we get the Aguei to fail. So my wife's about to make a smoothie, so go for it, Susie.
Okay, here it goes. Wow, that works really good. We're going to make smoothies while we go camping.
All right, the Aguei didn't flinch. Okay, now we're going to try a Black & Decker power drill. No problem. Now a DeWalt jigsaw. Whoops, there it is. Okay, we found the limit. So what happens to protect the Aguei from the too much wattage, it deactivated the AC ports. So I can unplug this and turn them off and then back on, and we're good to go for something else. Plug the Black & Decker back in. And that one still works fine. So right now I have two fans hooked up that have a combined draw of about 130 watts. It's been running for about 2 hours and 24 minutes and still showing 60% of the battery. So this is running way longer than I thought it would, so we'll keep running it till it gets all the way down. Okay, it's just right about a couple minutes ago, 245, it dropped to 20%. Oh, just like that it dropped. So okay, so it looks like this one is going to drop a lot right at the end. Oh, there it goes. Right at about 2 hours 49 minutes. Okay, 2 hours and 49 minutes. Pretty darn good for a unit this size. But what we learned is that this can be at 40% and then just a few minutes drop to 20 and then 0, just like that. So plan accordingly. Even though there's not enough juice left to run the AC outs, we can still run the USBs. So here I am, topping off the cell phones. Recharging with the wall charger is very easy. Just plug it into the side, and then you'll see the battery being charged on the display. And this does allow pass-through charging, so while the unit's being charged, you can also power units off the ports. Well, if you made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe. I really like the Aguei. It's a good balance of being powerful and compact. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you.